Welcome to a late night, slightly sleep-deprived deep dive. Today we're pulling from this really fascinating stack of lifestyle science notes to explore the midnight mind. Because, picture this. It is 2:15 a.m. The house is completely dark.
Right.
You're lying in bed, supposed to be resting, but instead your brain just suddenly powers up like a brilliant supercomputer.
Oh, yeah. You just get this massive brainwave out of nowhere.
Exactly, a brainwave, like finally decoding the hidden meaning of some weird conversation you had like 3 years ago, but then cut to a 2 p.m. office meeting the very next day. And that exact same brain feels like a bowl of old oatmeal. It's just so frustrating.
It really is. I mean, we spend all day trying to force our brains to be brilliant, and then they wait until we're staring at the bedroom ceiling to actually deliver the goods.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
Because that oatmeal feeling is so painfully real. So what is the actual mechanism shutting us down at 2 p.m., but, turning us into these hyperactive supercomputers in the dark at 2 a.m.?
Well, it really comes down to how your brain handles environmental demands. So during the day, you're in this entirely defensive posture.
Defensive, like just trying to survive the workday.
Yeah, exactly. You're navigating traffic, filtering out noise, answering messages, maintaining a professional facade. Your brain's filtering system is working overtime just to keep you functional.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. We're just dodging things all day.
Right. But at night, all of that drops away, and that's when you get that midnight epiphany, which, by the way, is such a gorgeous word.
It really is an epiphany. It means like a sudden dramatic revelation, right?
Exactly, and lifestyle science shows this isn't just a random glitch. This sudden epiphany is a biological feature of a mind that's finally off duty.
But I struggle to call these genius, though. I mean, sure, daytime is defensive, but when my inner critic falls asleep, my hyperactive brain just throws absolute garbage at the wall.
Garbage? Like what?
Like I'm suddenly plotting out an entire 40-chapter web novel about time-traveling baristas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So is there actual value there, or is it just biological static because our filter is completely offline?
Well, a 40-chapter saga about time-traveling baristas actually proves the point perfectly. Without that daytime pressure to be correct or professional, your subconscious is finally free to trace random memories.
Wait, free to trace them?
Yeah, to trace them and connect seemingly unrelated concepts. The logical brain would normally just dismiss those connections as absurd or stupid.
Right, because during the day we have to be so serious.
Exactly. But in that defenseless nighttime state, creativity just flourishes because you aren't immediately evaluating and rejecting every single thought.
Okay, but let's be real here. The lack of a filter isn't always giving us best-selling novels. Sometimes I feel like it's a trap.
A trap? How so?
Like a cringe trap. A trap where your brain suddenly decides it is the perfect time to replay your most deeply embarrassing moments in, like, vivid high definition.
Oh, the midnight cringe, yes.
Right. Why does it just want to replay all my worst hits?
Well, neurologically, this sabotage actually makes perfect sense. Your prefrontal cortex, which is the logical regulating part of your brain, is just absolutely exhausted by 2 a.m.
Is that because of, like, all that defensive daytime filtering we talked about?
Exactly. Its energy reserves are totally depleted, so it struggles to regulate emotions. So a passing thought about, say, a clumsy joke from high school suddenly triggers this massive, unregulated emotional response.
Oh my gosh, so that's why I'm suddenly agonizing over a terrible grammar mistake I made, like, 5 years ago.
Yes.
It's so absurd, but in the moment, lying there in the dark, it feels like an urgent crisis.
It really does. Your brain is just trying to process unresolved emotional data without its usual logical brakes applied. But there is a practical tip here.
Oh, please tell me I need it.
Especially if you're a natural night owl who deals with this often, just keep a physical notebook by your bed and just write those thoughts down.
Right, just grab a pen and get it out of your head. Whether it's the barista web novel or the embarrassing memory, I've actually noticed that putting it on paper sort of tricks your brain into feeling like the task is handled. But why does that actually work?
Because by writing it down, you are essentially offloading the data from your brain's finite working memory.
Oh, wow. So you don't have to hold on to it anymore.
Yeah, you are basically acting as your own external prefrontal cortex. You close the open loop on the paper, which signals to your nervous system that the idea is stored safely, allowing your actual brain to finally power down and sleep.
That is brilliant. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, it means you can let go of that midnight guilt.
Absolutely, just embrace it.
Yeah, that creative, chaotic nighttime mind of yours is completely normal. And honestly, it's a little bit of a superpower.
It really is. So embrace the quiet when it happens and definitely keep that notebook on the nightstand.
For sure. It does leave you wondering, though, if our best, most unfiltered ideas only show up when our professional filter is too exhausted to work, are our 9 to 5 routines actually the biggest threat to our true creative potential?